Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Recha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Quan Walter with Great Millstone Charlotte Camp, coming with a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And, just real quick, man, this morning, we're in so-called Independence Day, right? July 4th, the 250th year anniversary of, Babylon the Great's inception, right? The the inception of the whore riding upon the beast, man, right? And this is what we're witnessing right now, right? Is people, right, celebrating when the mindset is or should be, right, of seeing this place continue to fall, man, right? It used to be hastening the day, right, of the destruction of Babylon the Great, right? Not celebrating its birth, right? And it's the spirit that, the Lord has this place crumbling before our eyes, right, in the midst of this so-called grand celebration, man, right? The reflecting pool, falling to pieces, peeling up, the paint, right, is covered in algae, it's all, what's the word? It's falling apart pretty much, man, right? All this thing is degrading. That's the word, right? We're seeing the degradation of Babylon the Great, right? And we continue to pray for the rapid destruction, the rapid demise, right, of this place to continue, right? Not to celebrate, with fireworks and the cookouts and all these things, man, right? Now I wanted to start here in, let me get this, so I guess I pulled up. How'd it go? The second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 13, it reads, we'll start in, 13. It reads, go and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, right? And this is what we're praying for, is a few days, man, for these things to hasten, right? We understand that the scriptures tell us our salvation is nearer than we believe, right? But we still have to continue to pray that those days come fast, man. And we see him, fastly approaching, man. The Lord is, granting the prayers of his chosen, right? By allowing us to see, right, the speed at which, this place is falling, man, right? It says that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch, right? So everything is already set up for the elect, man, right? Lord willing, we be a part of that number, right? The kingdom is already, prepared for us, right? The Lord already has things in motion, to our liking, right? But we have to do what? Continue to watch as well as pray, right? Seeing prophecy unfold, right? Giving the warning, right? Until that, as the scriptures say, right, the time come where no more work can be done, right? It says, verse 14, take heaven and earth to witness, for I have broken the evil in pieces, right? And this is what we're seeing take place, is Esau being broken into pieces, right? The heathen being broken into pieces, niggas being broken into pieces, right? This is what we pray for, right? We want more and more of this to happen. It says, and created the good, for I live, saith the Lord, right? So the Lord created the good, right? Created the elect, created Yahweh Shai, right? King David, the 12, the 144,000, right? The innumerable multitude, right? He created all the good, right? As he broke the evil, right? Because the good have been created to establish order, man, right? To bring true independence, right? When the world is, seeking to be, independent from Esau, Edom, man, right? The earth needs to be freed, needs its Independence Day from this Edomite influence, man, right? From the hegemony that Esau, Edom has been allowed to establish, right? In wickedness that's been destroying the earth. That's why it says the earth grow weaker through age, man, right? It also tells you, right, he's going to set up one that is profitable, right? Let's get that. Second Ezra or Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So in due time, that due time is coming, man. Right? Right? He's crushing the evil, right? He's breaking them in pieces. And he's gonna set up his chosen, right? He's gonna bring independence to the earth, right? Free them from the tyrannical rule of Esau, Edom, right? And establish a true righteous order, man. Right? Let's get this. Because as I said, man, we should be hastening the day, man. Right? It's been long enough, right? From the Greeks to the Romans, all throughout history up until this point, man. Right? And then the inception of the whore, right, riding upon the beast, right? That 250 years, right? It's been enough, right? We've seen enough. The earth has seen enough. It's felt enough, And that's why it says here, 2 Peter 3 and 12, looking for and hastening unto the coming day of the Most High, right? We're hastening the day, right? We're looking for these things to happen quickly. Like it says in the NLT, hurrying it along, man, right? It says, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, right? Because everything about this place is going to be burned up, man, right? Right? The influence, the monuments, right? The remembrance, right? It's all going up in flames, man, right? And we pray that this be the last of their celebrations, right? The last hoorah, before all hell breaks loose, man, right? This could be the Lord used this as a jumping off point, right? For World War III, for plagues, right? For the pestilences that's out here, right? For the famine that we know is coming, right? Even the famine of the word, right? The coming persecution, right? We pray that they use this as a World War III, right? All this, right? This so-called great holiday, right? We pray that the Lord use it as a point of no return, right? Because we already know there's going to be a lot of souls taken back, right, as a result of the folly that's taking place out here, right? People blowing arms and legs off, right? Hands, losing their lives to these fireworks, right? Brothers went into the heat dome that's over Babylon the Great as we speak, man, right? So it's going to be a lot of judgment that takes place, right, on this July 4th season, man, right? But we pray for the hastening and the fall of this place, man, right? That's the mindset that you should be in, right? Praying for this place to continually circle the drain, right? Let's get this and then we'll close out. Got to start getting ready for camp. Song with good. Oops. Second Ezra chapter 4, and we'll start in 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come, right? So those evil seeds have been planted, right? And we're seeing them spring up, reach their fruitfulness, man, right? We're seeing them reach their full ripeness, their full sufficiency, right? As it says in Job, right? Now he's going to reach the fullness of sufficiency, right? But he shall not fill his belly, man, right? And this is what we're seeing, right? This is the fullness of Babylon's sufficiency, man, right? 250 years, the timeline, right, of the average lifespan of a empire, man, of a kingdom, right? They're reaching that peak, but they're not gonna, reap of the rewards, right, of all the wickedness that they've done. It continues on, verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, right? So this place has to be destroyed. And if the place we're in, and if the place where the evil is sown passed not away. And that's what we're hastening, man. We're hastening that the place where this evil is sown passeth away, man. Right? Every single day, brothers putting up curses against Babylon the Great. Right? Every Passover, curses going up. Right? Right? Before you go to sleep, curses going up. When you wake up, right? When you get in the car, right? On your day to day, we continually cursing because the vexation that this place causes, man. Right? As the scriptures tell you about Lot, right? Who was vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. Right? We're continually praying for the downfall of this place, man. Right? Because why? It says, and if the place wherein the evil is sown pass not away, right? So if this place does not pass away, then cannot it come that is sown with good, right? As we read, the profitability of the earth, right, cannot reach its full strength, right, with this Edomite under control, right? That's why the Lord has to set up, right, and reestablish righteousness in the earth through his son and the men underneath him, man. Right, those first fruit spirits, right, have to come and establish order, right, as it was, in the garden, man, right. And now it's going to be even to a greater magnitude because we're going to be in our full heavenly estate. Lord willing, we'll be a part of that number, right. So that which is sown with good can only come when that which is sown with evil is plucked up, is burned away, right. Right, let's get this real quick and then we'll close out. Isaiah 1:26. It's one of my favorite scriptures too, man. Right, because this is what the Lord is bringing, man. Right, and this is the lot that we pray that we're a part of. Isaiah 1:26, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city, man. Right. So we're looking for the restoration of the judges, man. Right. The Lord, the earth, the world, right. Even the heathen are looking for the restoration of the judges, man. They're looking for the wise counselors, right. They're looking for even if they don't know it, they're looking for righteousness to be, established in the earth, right. As you read in Romans 8th chapter, man, the judges have to be established, right, to bring true independence, man, right? I had that word pulled up. Let me get that just real quick, right? Here in the Edamon Online. The fact of not depending on others or another, self-support, self-government, but going into, right, true government, man, right? Because it's the America being independent of that the European influence is a false narrative, man. Right? But the world is going to be independent of Edomite influence, right? Once Israel is established, man, and it's going to be in its full strength. As I quoted, man, the earth is growing weaker through age with this devil in power, man. Right? So like it says, I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors, right, true wise counsel as at the beginning, right, those first fruit spirits. Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city, right? So that's what the true Independence Day is going to take place, man, when the Lord establishes this, man. When he restores order to the earth and destroys this Edomite, led system, man, right? And that's the spirit that we're in, is to continually hasten the day, right, of the Lord destroying Babylon the Great, right, being in the mind frame of, right, this being the last so-called Independence Day, the last July 4th, right, praying for the Lord to bring, plagues and death and calamities upon our enemies, man, So just something quick, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. I want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rechah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with our truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Hey, Kwame Asharala in the Bible Ball. Shalom.